Hello everybody and welcome to top10list.org. It is May 24th of 2014. I am your host James, and today we are going to discuss the top 10 most beautiful cities in the world. Starting at number 10, we have Florence, Italy. Now, a true reflection of the Italian Renaissance, the art and architecture of Italy are all blended in this remarkable little place. The spectacular view of the city from 19th century terrace Piazzale Michelangelo overlooks the entire city, giving a stunning view of the skyline, the domes, the bridges, and the hills in the distance mix together to give a picturesque view. It has over 3,070,000 people in its population and is a major fashion center of the world. It goes without saying that tourism is the major source of income. At number 9, we have Budapest, Hungary. This city is gorgeous by the day and stunning by the night. The Danube River divides the city into two parts. The Chain Bridge is a spectacular sight, as is the Parliament Building. This capital city of Hungary has extensive world heritage. The sites of world heritage include the Danube, the Buda Castle Quarter, Andrassy Avenue, Heroes Square, among other fascinating places. Budapest features in many popular movies, most recently Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. And coming in at number 8, we have Bruges, Belgium. This is not a metropolis in a shiny country, but a small city of a small country. The major beauty of this city lies in its medieval and rustic architecture. It is one way to feel the effects of time travel for Bruges. It will take you back in time to the 19th century. With a population of 1,017,170 people, this city is oval-shaped and surrounded by a canal. The lanes of the city are impossibly romantic and unbelievably poetic. As most of the ancient architecture is still intact, the concert halls and theaters provide a certain type of class. It is a photographer's paradise with panoramic spots all over the city. Touted as the Venice of the East, Bruges is located in Central Europe, and no trip to Belgium is complete without a stop at Bruges. Flying in at number 7, we are landing at Rome, Italy. The Seven Hills proudly hold the magnificent city of Rome. Rome is the capital of Italy with a population of 26,045,907 people. Rome brings about certain images like the gladiator fights of old or the struggling artist painting by the street. You can even hear the sound of the musicians by the tiny cafes and witness the beautiful, majestic architecture smiling away into the Italian sunset. All of this and so much more together forms Rome. With history dating back as much as 2,000 years before the time of Christ, the city is regarded as the birthplace of Western civilization. The stupendous architecture such as the Colosseum, the Vatican, and the Pantheon all aside, the streets of Rome are a true memento to its eternal beauty. At every bend there is history, and at every turn Rome brings great culture and great food. Rome is a must-stop on your travels to the top 10 most beautiful cities of the world. At number 6, we are at Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Amsterdam is the capital and the most populated city of the entire Netherlands. Amsterdam is something for everyone, from the oldest stock exchange of the world to the Anne Frank house, the canals of the red light areas, and the coffee shops. Amsterdam has a fix for everyone with 4.63 million tourists. Amsterdam is surely cashing in on its natural offerings. With museums, art galleries, performing art, fashion, and music, Amsterdam has its air peppered with creativity. It goes without saying that the nightlife and festivals are to die for. Welcome to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil for our number 5 most beautiful cities in the world. The blue of the ocean, the green of the nature and the sandy border to finish the picture. The city is said to be the most naturally beautiful city of the entire world. The marvelous city, as it's named, for the slice of heaven, the cobbled streets, and the lazy beaches make for a panoramic view from the famous Sugarloaf Mountain, or by the Corcovado statue. The city has a wild nightlife with dance on the streets, and the festivals of Rio need no introduction. It has 2.82 million international tourists every year. Thus it comes as no surprise that Rio has some world-class hotels to offer. It is often said that God made the world in 6 days and created Rio on day 7. At our number 4 spot is Lisbon, Portugal. This is the biggest city of all of Portugal and among the most beautiful one in the world. The best beauty of Portugal is effortless, and one the city of Lisbon makes a perfect example of. It wasn't planned to be, but today Lisbon offers a $1 million view at every step. Proudly sitting on the foot of many hills and running to the banks of the river Tagus, Lisbon has the prowess to enchant with nothing but just a glance. The colorful ancient streets with a subtle skyline are perhaps what make Lisbon just click. The Gothic and Roman architecture doesn't hurt a bit to Portugal's reputation. Now at our top 3, we first get to Prague in the Czech Republic. The city of spires, Prague boasts a cultural and historical mix like no other place in the world. The buildings belonging to various periods of history can be found here. The Charles Bridge is one popular spot to actually soak in the historical wonder of this city. The Czech capital has a population of 2 million people. It is a World Heritage Site with numerous museums, theaters, and art galleries. It has 4.4 million international visitors every year. Suffice to say, it is one hell of a city. Now at our number 2 destination, we have reached Paris, France. What is there to say about Paris that has not already been said in poems or literature? From the Eiffel Tower to the Seine River, this land has a beauty that is just spilled all over it. The magnificent lighting of the Eiffel Tower every evening grinds the city to a literal standstill. Locals and tourists soak in the wonder and the light. The Champs-Élysées, most expensive street in the world, has its own charisma. The Louvre is so extensive that it takes 4 days to check out every piece of art in the gigantic museum. The Roland Garros is a place of worship for tennis enthusiasts. Be it arts, science, sports, or fashion, this is a melting pot of culture, and who can forget the food? French cuisine is popular, and Paris boasts of its culinary skills. This is one place you would not want to miss before you die. Coming in at our number 1 destination for the top 10 most beautiful city in the world, we have reached Venice, Italy. In one word, this city is simply incomparable. From the accounts of the people who have actually visited it, Venice is a fairy tale come to life, and only one unique enough to be called truly unique. The canals run through the city, and gondolas transport people from their homes to wherever they wish to go. The romantic capital of the world has its own definition of life. As the evening sets in, the houses and buildings along the canal starts to light up. This is reflected perfectly in the water, giving a magnificent setting for moonlit boat rides. The architecture, the artwork, the food, everything has its beauty ingrained in it. Venice is showcased in the cultural world with its presence in arts, literature, and cinema, from Merchant of Venice and Shakespeare to Casino Royale and James Bond. Venice also hosts a magnificent glass industry which started in the 13th century, which makes colorful, intricate glass designs and patterns. Venice has its art in its veins, and this creates beauty like never before seen. Welcome to Venice, Italy. That concludes our list for the top 10 most beautiful cities in the world, and thank you for visiting top10list.org.
Non sa spiegare cosa sia